everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
And when it comes to splitting the bill, may that friend group never find me, because what do you mean split the bill? That is just so dumb to me. As a friend, is either I'm going to cover the bill, you're going to cover the bill, or everybody's just going to pay for their own meal. Like, what is split it for what? Why are we splitting it? In my mind, that equates to everybody just paying for their own stuff. So it's really pointless if you ask me. No. If we want to do a good gesture, cover the whole bill. Take care of the whole bill. Whoever even came up with splitting the bill, you go ahead and cover the whole bill. That's what you do. That's what you do. Since you want to come up with bright ideas, you can just go ahead and cover the whole bill. Because that just makes no sense to me. Oh my goodness. Like, I would be so aggravated at that table, and everybody would have a rude awakening, because I'm not splitting nothing. I'm going to look at that server and I'm going to let her know, hey, baby, bring me what I ate. Bring me what I ate. What you saw me order, what I told you that I ordered, put that on that receipt and bring it to me. Gratuity and all, that's fine. I'm going to make sure you get your tip. All that splitting the bill, get out of my face before I split some wigs. I'm telling you.
Hey, babe, was I wrong for how I moved at this girl's birthday dinner? So I get invited via my homegirl to go to this girl's dinner. I don't know her like that. I think I met her once through my homegirl a while ago. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go because you're inviting me. So I go, I get the girl a little gift or whatever. When I pull up, the first thing I realize is, first of all, everybody's on time. And second of all, a lot of people showed up for this girl's birthday dinner. It was over 12 people, probably over 15. I've never seen this many people at a birthday dinner at a restaurant in my life. As the night's going, you know, people are buying their drinks and things like that. But what I started noticing is people's orders. You know, I'm a very observant person. So I started noticing people's orders. And they was ordering 2 and 3 appetizers, 3 and 4 drinks, the best, biggest T-bone steaks with the gold on it, and this, and truffle fries, and this, and this. Everybody was doing their thing. So something, I don't know what it was, at a certain point of the night after, you know, people was, you know, finishing up their plates and ordering their last drinks and stuff like that, I had to go to the bathroom, but something hit me on my way to the bathroom, like, you know, just stop and pay for your meal. Just stop by the bar, pay for your meal, tip out, do that. That's what I did. So by the time I go to the bathroom, pay for my bill, tip out and stuff like that, the waiter is coming around to the table wanting to know how we're going to do the bill, because the bill can only get split 2 ways. And he made that very clear. The bill can only get split 2 ways. So the girl looks down at the other end of the table where we're sitting, and she says, oh, well, 2 of the guests, they can put it on their card and everybody can cash app them and they can deal with the bill because I'm not worried about that. I'm the birthday girl. I heard it, but everybody around at the table act like they didn't. And I was completely not worried because, again, my bill is paid for, tipped and everything. I'm just kind of waiting on my homegirl. So after time has gone past, nobody's putting up the card. Nobody even touched the check, right? So finally, a dude that was there, he opened it being funny, and it was over $3,500. That's how much the bill was. It was over $3,500. When he said that, I just busted out laughing. I don't know why I find it to be so funny. I think it's because I knew it was about to be a shit show. So the person comes back around and notices that nobody's touching the bill, and it's like, hey, what are we doing about the bill? So she looks down towards our end again, which I don't know why she kept looking down towards our end. So finally she's like, all right, well, who's going to put down on the bill? So I don't say nothing. My homegirl, she don't say nothing. And then so finally another girl in the group was like, well, my homegirl, well, can we put it on your card and, you know, everybody just pay you back? My homegirl, she say no. Like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. So things are starting to get heated now. There's a back and forth going between the restaurant, who's going to be paying, things like that. A lot of people are getting frustrated. Things are getting heated. So what do? I say, I'm going to excuse myself. Because first of all, I'm not about to be sitting in a food restaurant public setting and embarrass myself because y'all don't have y'all shit together, right? I don't do that. I don't play that. My shit is already taken care of. My bill is taken care of, tipped out, tipped beautifully. My bill came up to $100, and I'll never forget, it was $115 without tip, right? So I was like, I'm going to excuse myself. Get up, leave, call the Uber and all. My homegirl, because this is her friend, so she's staying trying to figure things out and stuff like that, arguing things like that with people. I'm not doing that, so I excuse myself and I leave because y'all need to figure this out. As I'm getting up to leave, well, what are you doing? Well, how are you leaving? You need to help pay for this bill, things like that. The waiter, before I could even say that, the waiter's like, his bill's already taken care of. He took, he paid his bill and tipped out almost 45 minutes ago. Everybody's shocked, looking like I'm hitting the door by now. I'm gone. I'm out. I get by the time I get home, about an hour I would say later, I get a long text message from my homegirl. I think that it was real rude what you did at my homegirl's birthday dinner. I don't know where that type of etiquette came from. Da, 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 da. I texted her back a simple IDC. Okay. I can accept this point of view. I can understand how you could feel this way. But let me add a little bit of context to this situation. To begin, anybody that knows me enough that we're going out and hanging out knows that I'm really zero tolerance for any type of BS. That's to begin with. Like, anybody knows that Storm will remove himself out of any situation that is unbecoming. You're sitting at this table arguing and getting into it with these people at this nice, fancy restaurant. She knew that I was going to leave. She knows that I don't play that. She knows that. And that's why she wasn't mad that I left. She specifically was not mad that I left. She was mad that I did not contribute to the big bill. That's why she was mad. She sat there and threw her hands up and made it very crystal clear that she wasn't going to use her card. But in the same breath, turned around and was arguing at people about who was going to pay the bill at the table, and not once was saying, oh, I'm going to pay you back, I'll cash app you, let me Zelle you. So my thing is, why are you so worried about who's going to pay this bill, but at the same time, you're not reconfirming anything that you're going to pay them back, just like your homegirl. And another thing I want to point out, she wasn't going to leave that dinner regardless, even if I told her that I paid for my bill, which is why I didn't tell her. Because this, again, is her good homegirl. This is her best friend. So she's at the table trying to figure this all out with her homegirl. So I'm like, I'm not the best friend in this situation. I'm just the plus one. I don't know nobody at this table. My homegirl knows everybody at this table. So her dealing with all these people, that's her business. And lastly, we did not fall out because of this. Our relationship, our friendship did not end because of this situation. After the next day, we kind of giggled it off, and we kind of agreed to disagree, because to this same day, even after she seen this video, we got on the phone and she was like, Storm, you could have paid more on that bill. And I'm like, girl, what do you mean I could have paid more on the bill?
Damn. Hey. Listen, now, I don't give a damn about your friend's birthday party. They ain't had nothing to do with me. I was just there just on GP. I wasn't even supposed to be there. In fact, I'm not even her friend. So why am I helping not only your friend, but everybody else who was in that dinner pay for their dinner? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So you not finna have me paying for nobody else's dinner, and you not finna guilt trip me into leaving and taking care of my stuff because your friends decided that they were going to argue about who was going to put the bill on their card. Like, y'all ain't got $3,500 to put on your card, but y'all was sitting up here going ham on the food. Or, y'all could easily Cash App everybody and instantly transfer that cash to their bank account. So you got to put enough on top of it to instantly transfer that cash to their card so they can pay that bill. Because that $3,500 will get paid. And if y'all really got it like that, then y'all gonna do it. Because I would never go out to a restaurant and eat where I don't have the cash money to pay it, or the cash in my bank account to pay it, or the cash on a card to pay it. I'm never going out to eat broke. Okay? And I'm never going out to eat with people. Matter of fact, I'm never going out to eat with people without cash or without without cash in my bank account that I could transfer to somebody in case of a situation like this. Because now I see how these people is. But we don't go out on birthday dinners like that. Actually, yes we do. Yes we do. We was out for my cousin's daughter's birthday dinner. And matter of fact, we was out for my daughter's birthday dinner. You know what I paid for? Myself, my two daughters, no, my three daughters, might have had four daughters, and like one of their friends, myself, three daughters, one of their friends. I think I paid for 5 people on a birthday dinner. I didn't sign up to pay for nobody to go on a birthday. I didn't even have the I didn't even set the reservation to be at have a birthday dinner at a reservation. I mean, a birthday dinner at a restaurant. I ain't do that. But yeah, I paid for my kids and I paid for their friend. But at the same time, like, hey, 15 people at a table is crazy. And nobody got money. Nobody, y'all just balling out like that. Y'all better figure it out. Put the money on the table, cash in hand, or everybody was paying with credit cards. Everybody decided they was paying with credit cards, so nobody had cash or in a bank account, or nobody had cash in hand that they could hand to somebody and that they could put onto the bill. That was the point. Nobody had cash, and nobody had cash in a bank account that they could transfer to somebody. Everybody was paying with credit cards, and that was the problem. Hey, stop being broke and going and splitting the bill. That's the problem.
Everyday people.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.